Have you been hearing what I've been hearing? People have been throwing around the scary B word. Yes, I'm talking about the bubble. I'm Dana Sapir with Compass Manhattan, and today I want to tell you why we are not in a housing bubble that is going to burst. So let's begin at the beginning. The last time the US housing market was in a bubble was 2006, 15 years ago, just before the big 2008 crash and recession. Conditions at that time were much different, and there are two main reasons that drove the 2006 housing boom. One, unqualified buyers getting loans. Landed banks back in the early 2000s were giving subprime mortgages to nearly anybody. Take a look at this chart showing the amount of risk lenders were taking back then. Product and borrower risk were through the roof. Lenders weren't vetting their clients properly, giving money to people who normally would not qualify a loan or refinance. This helped driving the housing boom and creating an artificial demand. So when the housing market started correcting itself, those bad loans brought on a wave of defaults and foreclosures, causing a real financial crisis that brought some of the nation's biggest banks to their knees and resulted in falling home prices. Number two reason was buyers speculating on their expected equity. Speculating is when people take large risk against their investment, like believing the housing bubble will never burst and taking a bunch of new loans to finance a new car, vacation, or anything that has a high amount against the estimated value of their property. This was the mindset in the early 2000s, and when home prices began to fall, these people found themselves underwater with loans they could not afford to pay off. Some had to abandon their home, leading to even more foreclosures. So today we are in a completely different situation, especially in New York City. Number one, banks are extremely cautious when they vote their clients for a mortgage. So there is a little concern about loan default. The demand is also real these days and not inflated by non-existent loan standards. Buyers are driven to buy due to a genuine re-evaluation of what owning a home means, especially after the pandemic and with work-from-home situations. Homeowners today also have more equity than they did back in 2006. According to Black Knight, the amount of equity available for homeowners to access before hitting a maximum of 80% loan-to-value ratio has more than doubled compared to 2006. Data services also reveal that 41.9% of all mortgaged homes have at least 50% equity. These homeowners will not face an underwater situation even if prices dip slightly. Add to this that New York City in specific is behaving differently than most of the country, and for good reason. While other markets saw an influx of buyers due to the pandemic, work from anywhere, New York City saw an exodus of employees during the pandemic. Finally, we are seeing more people moving in the city than moving out, indicating that the housing market is more stable here. Any price correction coming to the city due to rising interest rates will not be as steep as in other locales across the nation. Not only that, but if employers finally have the economic power to force staffers back into the office, our housing market is at a lower risk of home price correction, since New York City is in fact the business center. According to Zillow, if prices did begin to fall, we know there are millions of first-time buyers or younger millennials soon to be aging into that situation, waiting the wings to snap up a home if they see a bargain. Those first-time buyers will continue to feel the pressure from rising rents, which jumped 70% in just the past 12 months, and a generally high inflation environment will keep home ownership looking attractive as a hedge against inflation. So I hope today I have burst your bubble. Buyers are much more financially stable these days, and New York City is in a much better position than other parts of the country, as it remains a steady destination for home buyers and investors alike. Thank you for watching till the end. If you have any questions or thoughts you would like to share, please comment below.